my name is Mark and welcome to my channel. Join me all year round, week in, week out, come rain or shine, and together we'll be fishing for pleasure. The venue. The Great Ouse, 10-mile bank. Target species, Zander. Target weight, I'd love a PB. And for me, a PB would be anything over £9.13. So a £10 Zander and I'll be laughing. I'll be as happy as a sandboy. I've had about 20, I'll have to check my diary, I've had probably 20, might be over 20 Zander in the £9 bracket. Never had one double figures. Well, good afternoon troops, another day, another river, and today we find ourselves on the Great Ouse, 10-mile bank, and we're in the hunt for Zander again. Don't know how long I'll stay, don't know what the form is for Zander at the moment, but I fancied something a little bit different from the middle level, which was our last trip. Don't know if there's mitten crabs in here or crayfish, so I'm not risking it. All my baits are paternostered up 18 inches off the deck, and hopefully they'll produce some Zander. We were using roach, small roach as dead baits, no bigger than my thumb. What's that, 1.5 inches, 2 inches at the most, and yeah, I mean it's a beautiful day. A bit too warm maybe for Zander, a bit too bright, but those little roach glistening in the sunshine might produce. As long as we don't get any nuisance pike, or if we do, let it be a big pike. I don't know the pike form in here. Is it an iconic venue? Well, it is for me. I mean, this is where it all started for me. This is where I first caught my first Zander, 1977, on a little port stretch. Came up from London for the weekend, as we always did, with a tent. And I was ground bait feeder in them days, fishing for the bream and the eels. And yeah, I had a Zander, double bronze maggot, size 16 hook. I had a Zander. It was only as big as my hand, but I didn't even know what it was. Never heard of them. So my dad quickly told me what it was, and ever since then I've been at it. Predator fishing, predator mad. And so we're all got 3 rods out. I'll run through the swim with you. I say it's quite a warm day, 18 degrees. You know, for late September is very warm. So we've got our baits out, we're in position. You have to wait for darkness, we have to wait for darkness. So, you know, I don't mind waiting for the Zander. Hopefully we'll have some. I'm going to have a cup of coffee, relax. You know, it's been an hour-and-a-half drive. Got everything set up. Working all night last night, so I'm in position. Got the green light to stay as long as I want. So let's see how we go. 3 rods out. All roach dead baits. All about 1.5 inches long, all popped up off the bottom, paternostered rig. They're 18 inches off the deck. Right hand rod is in 16 foot of water. That's just, I mean just beyond the reed line. That's 16 foot of water. Middle rod is 1/4 of the way across. That's in 21 foot of water. And the left hand rod, the float's obscured by those reeds. That's a little bit further out than the right hand rod, and that's in 17 foot of water. We've got the baits in, the water's gin clear, bright sunshine. Hopefully those little roach twinkling in the sunlight. I'll get those Zander to play ball. I don't mind waiting to the low light levels, but it would be nice to get one nice and early, boost of confidence. Welcome back to the channel. We're fishing for pleasure and we're fishing for Zander. Come on! Well, evening troops, it's I reckon the last hour of daylight almost. I ain't had a touch. The only action I've had is boat owners and swans. You know, a few boat owners, donuts, aren't they? You know, they come along, I see them from miles away. I stand up on the bank really high so they can see me. They know I'm fishing here. They still almost plough into your rods. You know, we've got to share the river, I ain't got a problem with that, but you know, have a bit of spatial awareness. Other than that little gripe, the swans have come crashing through my swim twice, so I've got to keep an eye on them as well. But bite wise, run wise, nothing. So I've changed up one bait. I've put a small smelt on. The others are still a small roach, so just wanted something different. Maybe they're not taking coarse deads. Don't really want to use fish, you know, sea deads, because I don't want to catch any pike. But it's not a problem if we're instigate some feeding from the Zander. So we've got 2 roach out, 1 smelt, still no action. Repositioning the rods every 45 minutes, half hour, 45 minutes. Water clarity is crystal clear. It's lovely. It's, you know, it's no sign of the dreaded duckweed like I have up my way, so I'm really pleased with that. Don't know about nuisance yet, haven't had any problems. We'll soon tell when it gets night time, won't we? Right, I'm going to go have some dinner and hopefully we'll have some Zander. What an evening. What a joy to be out on the river. One abortive run. Sorry, there's got to be a pike. Could be a Zander, but I don't know. Played around it for a long time, didn't take it. That was a smelt. That was a glorious evening. It's that float that went, but the margin float. There's one mid-channel. Come on, it's a witching hour now. Stop, Zander should go on the hunt. Well, the kettle's brewing. That's home for the night. The oval probably bed chair in there if I need to sleep. I'm gonna hopefully I'll be sitting on the rods for quite a while. If there's no action, I can always get 40 winks. Most of my gear gets put back in the car. It's obviously swim dependent. You can't always go back to your car. They will go right under the bed chair. My day chair, if I need to put it away, will go under the bed chair. The brew kit and everything to go with the foot, where I always know where it is. Tidy. Morning troops. Well, what a night that was. Non-stop action. Oh God. Not well, I want to bought it for on the smelt again. That was cut in half, bit in half. Just left the head on the hook. A few beeps, but I mean that could have quite easily been debris. You know, a few beeps that didn't even materialise into anything. Very, very clear night. Full moon, new moon, and it was you know, it's a good night up to about, I'd say about 2 o'clock, and it got a bit of cloud cover, which is not a bad thing, but real heavy dew. Everything was soaked. I was snug as a bug in the oval brolly, but so we've got plenty of cloud cover this morning, which is good. Hopefully the Zander, if they're moving in this stretch, still be confident to feed. Just had a second recast of the morning, and yeah, breeze has dropped down a lot, barely a ripple on the water. It's a lovely morning. Just yeah, ain't had much joy. I say it's the right hand rod's gone twice in this session, so you know it's, and that's a smelt, so it could be in a pike, but if it was a pike, it was a blinking small one, because they're only small smelts, you know, and couldn't take it whole. So we're again waiting for the old Zander to put in an appearance. They're not giving themselves up easy. I'm not sure what to do today now. I'll probably give it to about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, something like that. And if I ain't had any joy or encouragement, I might wrap up and nip across country and have a few hours on the middle level, see if I can get some Zander out of there. But at the moment, it's hard going, pleasurable but hard. Let's crack on, let's see if we can catch some Zander for the camera. Well, afternoon troops, and we've moved. We're on the middle level. I packed up at 8:30, 9 o'clock. It was diabolical on there. I mean, not the here we go, review of the 10 mile bank, an honest assessment. Cracking river, water clarity is really good. I wasn't plagued by any nuisance stuff. Maybe an eel in the night. Something bit me, smelt in half. I don't think it was a pike or a zander. That would explain it. I had a few bites on that during the night on that right hand rod. It could well be eels, but no nuisance fish, no fish at all. And I would have stuck at it. I would have stuck at another 24, I think. You know, I might have had a little drive along and a scout to see if I could see prey fish, and then obviously locate the prey fish, locate the predators. But 8:30, 8:45. I mean, I had a problem with them in the evening. It's rowers, not motorboats, not the cruisers, not the barges, just people rowing. Absolute scum. I'm sorry, I can't think of any other word for it. We've got to share the river. Everyone, you know, I mean, you've got to have a bit of etiquette, and you've got to have a consideration for others, people. None of them. No spatial awareness. Don't look where they're going. Just decide that they're going down the inside track and they're rowing like Billy O with their back to you. You shout and scream at them, and they look up. Oh, didn't see you. Oh, bro, I mean, and they still carry on. So yeah, it was absolute diabolical. So couldn't be doing with that. I mean, if I was coarse fishing, it's different, because you're holding your rod or your pole or whatever, and you can reel in as they come past and cast back out. But you know, when you're presenting baits in the mid-channel and that, and they just come racing through. I mean, even my rods in the margins weren't safe, so I would have to wait till it's a bit colder. And there's idiots hanging around so much. But they go rowing in all weather, don't they? But yeah, it was pretty poor. So I'd fish it again. I ain't got much choice really, because they're dredging the middle level come October, so I won't be able to fish that. If I want zander, I've got to come over to Norfolk and fish the Norfolk waters. Don't have them up my neck of the woods. So we've got 3 rods out. We're on the middle level now, and only issue we have here is big clumps of floating weed coming down every now and then. Got to be on the ball all the time, watching the water, otherwise it's going to take out your rods. So it's rods up high. That's something to eat. I'm all raring to go. It's really still quite warm though. You know, it really is. So we're going to have to drink plenty of fluids, and hopefully when the light levels get a bit lower, the zander to come out and play. At the moment, I've arrived here. I say it took me an hour or two to sort out the swim, sort out my gear. I said there was a heavy dew last night, so all my gear was wet, so I've got all that dried out. Got 3 rods in. I've had something to eat. Just going to sit back, relax, and wait for the zander to come to me. Let's crack on. Let's see if we can have some zander out at the middle level. Well, soaring temperatures, floating big clumps of weed, gale force winds. Are we disheartened? No, we're not. I've been here 5-6 hours now, not a touch, absolutely not a touch of any description. And it's last hour or so of daylight already. So hopefully we'll have what we had yesterday, where the winds drop in the evening. Maybe the last hour or two we'll proper light will Have us a few Zander. If not, it'd be into darkness again. It really has been a tough day. Tough day yesterday on the 10-mile bank. Tough day today. It's, you know, the Zander are not giving themselves away, and it's very, very warm. Yeah, it's just been what do you do on the bank when you're I mean, it's all right. Certain mindsets, you know, if you're out carping and you're carping on the hard water and you're looking to get 1 or 2 bites, that's 48-hour session, that's fine, you know. But natural venues can be really hit or miss, can be hard and fast, and they can be, you know, I mean, it can be a drought next time you go. It's never 2 sessions the same. The wind's blowing in a direction it don't normally, you know what I mean, it's a prevailing wind in the opposite direction, so it's not got a prevailing wind, but it's, you know, it's, I mean, even a nuisance pike should have really had a little go at us, but nothing, absolutely nothing. So I've tidied up everything I needed to tidy up. I've just been sitting there waiting for the low light levels, the witching hour, the Zander go on the prowl, and hopefully we'll have ourselves a few. You know, this venue, middle level, produced some huge Zander over the years, so it's always that glimmer of hope. I'll be happy with anything. You know, I mean, my aim was to get a double thicker Zander on this trip, break the PB, see if I can run over 10 pounds. It hasn't happened yet. And to be honest, I'm always optimistic, but at the moment it's hard going, and we'll have to see what the evening brings. It's, you know, it's not been easy, but yeah, it's not called catching, it's called fishing, and you know, you're not, no one's guaranteed. I don't care who you are. No one's guaranteed to catch. No one's guaranteed that the venue is going to be on song when you arrive. So, hunt us down, get out of the wind, see if we can catch ourselves a Zander before it gets dark. If not, hopefully into darkness. Got a few extra lighting sources, so hopefully we'll get some good footage if we have any during the night. And let's crack on. Another day drawing to a close. Plenty of cloud cover. Here's my unhooking station. It's home for the night. Trying out something different this time. Called a tent pad. You can inflate it up with your feet, self-inflating, just pump it up. It's got a valve on it. See if that makes the old bed chair a bit more comfy. As you can see, there's still big green clumps of weed floating through the swim. Not as much as there was. Wind's dropped off a little bit. Reposition the rods in a minute and get them all set up for darkness. There's the old trusty kettle going. It's been a busy night. It's 5 AM. And sort of every hour or so you have to get up, get down, you know, that swim, rake out all the weed. It's floating down. It's not only floating down now like it was during the day. The wind's changed direction ever so slightly and dropped off a bit, so it's moving into the swim and not moving out. It's just staying there, it's hanging around. The wind's not strong enough to shift it, so you've got to go out there and shift it yourself. Unlooking station ain't been used, sadly. It's a glorious morning, very mild night, no dew like last night, real heavy dew last night, nothing, dry as a stick. Let's hope these Zander play ball. Well, I knew it was small. I was hoping, for the size it felt, I was hoping it was a Zander, but it wasn't. Hold for the camera, we'll get you back. Yeah, very lively. Lovely patterns. There's a business end. Let's get him back. We ain't blanked, but we haven't got the target fish yet, so let's get this one back. Well, we're off the mark. We've had one, and on smelt, all the action I've had this whole trip has been on smelt, but it was a pike, it weren't a Zander. The roach baits have not been touched. Once again, if anyone has not, stop knot, bead, pike float. There's a stopper bead there. The reason I have that is I have the paternostered part of the rig sliding in between those two. The reason I have it like that is when you cast, that tends to, the hook link and the roach or whatever dead bait you got on tends to swing around. If you have it tight, swings around too much, catches the float. If you don't have that there, I find it swings around too much and catches the float. So when you've got just a little bit, about half the length of your trace, it tends to swing round on the cast and not tangle. On the retrieve, you do get some line twist, but that's only on the retrieve. So once it's out in the water, the flow of the river or the drain takes the bait that way. So let's get it back out there, see if we can catch another one. I have to say, the difference that made to a night's sleep was unbelievable. That's where you deflate it, you open that to deflate it. and this is where you pump it up from. It's got like a pump type thing there. You open the valve and you just press on it with your feet, with your foot, and that pumps it up. Fantastic night's sleep I had. To deflate it, you have to have that closed, obviously. You open the pillow end. It's a double valve, I believe. Let's see if I can get it open. There we go. See, double valve. And it really was comfy. That's how easy it deflates, because I'm telling you, it filled up really quick and really great. It says fold it lengthways and roll, so let's give it a go. See, there's little press stud buttons there. Just fold it up like you would a sleeping bag, and it's deflated not even a minute, and I'm just going to finish rolling it up. And there you go. Could have done it a little bit tighter, just poking out the bag a little bit at the top, but as long as it lasts, I'm well pleased with that. That really was a comfortable night's sleep. I'm not paying 500 quid for a sleep system to sleep on the bank. That one 13-14 quid, and it really gave me a nice night's kip. Well, that's the end of another session, troops. Honest assessment at the middle level. Oh, you're not going to get one, because I absolutely love it up here. It's not an easy fishery, not by any means. You've got to put in the hours. There's a saying in fishing, effort equals reward. You don't always get your reward at the time you're putting in the effort. You get your reward next session, 2 sessions down, 3 sessions down. So no, you've got to put in the hours on a venue like this. It's really hard. It's not for the faint-hearted. Once that wind starts blowing, you're in trouble. Once they're running it off, you're in trouble. Yeah, but honest day, you can throw up a gem or two. And that's why I keep coming back. It is fantastic. What have I learnt from this trip? The last Z I had up here was 2 seasons ago now, 18 months. It was in March, back end of the season, and the bait was static on the deck because there was no crabs around. Back end of the season, there's no crabs. So what I think I might do next time I'm up here is put my baits on the deck during the daylight hours, and as it gets dark, if I start getting pestered, then I can always reel in, change rigs, pop them up, get them out of the way on a paternoster rig. The pike don't mind a paternoster rig on here. You know, I've had them up to £20 on here on a paternoster rig. The pike are all right. Still a bit too mild, but you know, the weed was a real problem today, and the swans. But I really enjoyed my trip. So it's another 48-hour session under the belt. Time served on the bank is never a bad thing. Didn't get a Zander, didn't get a PB Zander, which is what I'm really after this season. Going to be putting a lot of hours in trying to get my quest for a double-figured Zander. So, weren't to beat a day. I really appreciate watching. We didn't blank. It was close, but we didn't blank. We blanked on the 10 mile, but the trip we didn't blank. The 10 mile, I'm going to give, well, I've got no choice. I've got to give it plenty of time because they start dredging here in October. Apparently October the 1st, start of the pike season, they dredge in the middle level. So it's going to be, it's not going to be worth fishing really. So I've got to look for an alternate venue for Zander. 10 mile bank. I wasn't impressed with the rowers and their attitude to other river users, so I'll have to have a look at a section where there's no rowers. So that's my next trip probably, and I've got to get my skates on because the pike season starts very, 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 very soon. We're on a countdown, a week away. So thanks for watching, troops. I really do appreciate it. If you get out on the bank and you're doing a bit of piking this winter, I hope you score, I hope you get a PB, I hope you have a really good winter, no floods, etc. Tight lines, and I'll see you on the bank real soon.